Hi guys, this is Zakalope, and this is Smash Hopes 9. I'm getting somewhere. Alright, so the last episode, Smash Hopes 8, you might have skipped over it. It was just a basic review of what's been revealed up to Toon Link. Um, set, Before Pikmin and Olimar, I have no idea whether they revealed all the characters as one group, or if they revealed them one at a time like they're doing now. But now they are revealing them one at a time. And there's a few characters I want to talk about that I have not discussed in my previous videos. I know that for a fact. First, Sonic. I am thrilled to see Sonic come back. Hopefully he's I don't know. I think some gamers have said that he's too fast and he's too overpowered or something. But you know what? I like that he's back. I like that he's back. Sonic has long time been a rival for Mario, at least up until Sega started screwing up. But for a while, Sonic was definitely the leading rival for Mario. Definitely the leading rival for Mario. He's the mascot of Sega, who was back in the time of, like Nintendo NES and SNES. They were huge rivals of Nintendo. Huge rivals. They were doing really well. Nowadays, not so much, but that's another topic altogether. So, Sonic being back really makes me happy. And being a third-party character, he was another one I was worried about. I already talked about how Fox worried me quite a bit. Sonic worried me much more. But he's back. So, that makes me happy. And, thankfully, he does not have the same appearance as Sonic Boom. If you go and look up Sonic Boom, it is an atrocious disgrace. They kind of ruined the appearances of most of the characters. Tails and Amy, okay. Sonic just looks... I don't know I don't know what's exactly putting me off about him, but he just looks... in that game. And Knuckles just looks like the Abominable Hulk. The Incredible Hulk. Abominable Snowman, whatever you want to call him. He just looks like... He doesn't look like he belongs. But that's another story. The next character, Marth. Marth is the main character of the first Fire Emblem. Fire Emblem's been going on for a long time, and for a while, America had no idea what Fire Emblem was. Melee introduced Marth and Roy, and that was the first time America, really, the broad audience of America first discovered Fire Emblem. Because of the just huge fan base that grew around Marth and Roy, Fire Emblem was launched here in America as well. We still haven't seen most of the games, but Marth's game has been re-released as a DS game. So Marth has definitely played a major part in not only Fire Emblem, but Smash Bros. History. He is extremely important to me, and I'm so glad he's back, and I'm glad they didn't make him into the Marth of the new game because, well, you can... I don't want to spoil anything, but if you go to the website, it practically spoils it for you. Maybe we'll see Chrom, the main character of that game. I do not think we'll see Ike, though, because Ike has lost his relevance. Chrom is more likely to be a replacement for him. Next, Rosalina and Luma. This is the fourth newcomer, and it's an interesting choice. It's not a bad choice. Super Mario Galaxy has an interesting place as being the only game in the main Super Mario 3D series that has had a sequel directly named after it and using many of the gameplay mechanisms. First there was Super Mario Galaxy, and then they released Super Mario Galaxy 2. That didn't happen with Sunshine. That did not happen with 64. It's odd. It's unusual. But Rosalina herself has somewhat gotten some popularity from what I've seen. She has appeared in Mario Kart, at least. I'm thinking that there's a good chance she'll appear in another Mario Party if the last one did not just ruin the series. And her gameplay is interesting. So interesting. Basically, she has a Luma. For those of you who don't know who Rosalina is, and I have my computer over here, that's why I'm glancing over here all the time. For those of you who do not know who Rosalina is, obviously she's from Super Mario Galaxy, and she functions much as a princess role, even though she's not technically a princess. She kind of rules over the Lumas, who are little star people. Now, she has a Luma with her in this game, and this Luma she can throw it out, and then it when you press buttons like attack buttons or special attack buttons, the Luma does stuff on the like if you throw the Luma out, it still does stuff. So basically, you're in two places at once. It's kind of like ice climbers, but they're not chained together. For the ice climbers, Nana's gonna just jump up and try and get back to Popo whenever she gets knocked back. But in this case, Rosalina doesn't look like she's gonna function that way, and she's gonna throw out the Luma, and it's a bit confusing. I can't really explain it. I recommend you look up the video because it really looks interesting. The first thing that came to my mind was Oriana from League of Legends. She throws out her ball. Her ball does little special techniques, and then of course Viola from Soul Calibur 5, which I believe is basically a fighting game version of Oriana. I think they very very much took a lot of Oriana for Viola from Soul Calibur 5. So it's interesting. It's interesting. It's not a bad choice at all. It definitely adds a new level of gameplay. Next, Zelda. Zelda is basically the Peach of the Zelda series, and of course, this series is named after her. So, enough said about her. I'm wondering if is there any information about whether she transforms into Sheik? I don't know. It does not look like it yet. We'll see. I guess we'll have to see if Sheik makes a reappearance as well. Next, and plus one cool thing about this game is that they've made like new appearances based on generally what they've appeared in all their games, rather than just taking it straight from, say, Skyward Sword, which is a new one. So that's interesting. Next, King Dedede. King Dedede, I love being in Smash Bros. Because I'm surprised he wasn't added in Melee. He very much acts as a sort of antagonist. I'm kind of shaking my hand like this because at times he's an antagonist, at times he's a friend, but he's the closest thing to a recurring antagonist in the Kirby series, next to Meta Knight. So, yeah, him and Meta Knight kind of act as kind of antagonists, but kind of good guys at the same time. Now the next one, this is where I'm going to start going on a rant. How much time do I have? Okay, I still have enough time. Lucario. I do not hate Lucario. Let me make that clear. I do not hate Lucario at all. I think he was an interesting Smash Bros. Character, but it's not that the fact that he's in the game that makes me mad. It's the fact that another character has not been revealed before him. Mewtwo. Lucario's a perfectly okay character in his own right, but he has little to no relevance in today's Pokemon world. The only relevance he has is that he has a Megaform in the new game. Other than that, he's just there now. Mewtwo, however, not only has one Megaform, but two Megaforms. There are only two Pokemon out of the 700 Pokemon in Pokemon that have two Megaforms. The other one being Charizard. Mewtwo is much more important. Not only that, but Mewtwo, I believe he's scheduled to be up in a new Pokemon movie. And don't even tell me that the anime has nothing to do with it, because in the games, Pikachu never says Pikachu. That was totally anime-based. Jigglypuff doesn't say Jigglypuff. She just goes growling around. It's just... And Mewtwo does not speak English. I could be wrong about that. Don't hold me on that. That could be wrong. He might speak some English. But yeah, they definitely have some semblance to the anime. And plus, even though I don't like the anime much, it's kind of fallen downhill recently. But Mewtwo is also probably one of the most impactful antagonists of the anime. The first movie, he was the antagonist, and he was such a great antagonist. He may not be an antagonist quite so much anymore in the anime, but my god, he made such an impact. I believe that every series that's big enough to have multiple characters should at least have an antagonist. There are some exceptions, but in this case, please, an antagonist is necessary. And Mewtwo Mewtwo is the closest thing to it besides Giovanni, and I do not want to see another Pokemon trainer. That made no sense to me. So Lucario, eh, I'm not too happy about him being in there if Mewtwo's not going to be in there. Mewtwo, if they reveal Mewtwo, everything's going to be fine and dandy. If they don't reveal Mewtwo, something's not right here. Finally! Finally, and probably the last character I'll do this time, I'll have to do another episode for who I want to see next. Little Mac. Little Mac is one of the ones I was hoping for. They stated that, like the Smash Bros. Team stated that they were going to try and add more retro characters. Little Mac definitely fits that. He was in a game called Mike Tyson's Punch Out, then he was in Super Punch Out, and then he was in a Punch Out for the Wii, and I may even be missing games after that. Or maybe like before that. I don't know. I've never been a huge fan of that, but I've been watching the Game Grumps, and oddly, it's not ironic, but oddly enough, they started playing the Wii Punch Out the moment he was revealed, which was astounding to me. So he's been revealed. He's basically a boxer, obviously, and he's really short. He actually appeared as a assist trophy in Brawl. So seeing him actually become a character, he was one of the ones I was hoping for because I don't know much about retro characters. He was probably the only one I really knew. Maybe we'll see some more retro characters. But Little Mac, I'm excited he's in there. I was so excited. I do recommend you check out the videos for these characters. Like, each of the newcomers so far, Wii Fit Trainer, Mega Man, Villager, Rosalina, Little Mac, all of them have their own individual videos, and they're all awesome. So I recommend watching them. Thank you for watching, guys. This video took too long. I was going to talk about some characters that I still haven't seen yet, but I'm hoping to see. So maybe this is going to be a three-parter right here. Alright. Thank you. Bye! Stop.